Okay, here we are in Visual Studio. First thing we're going to do is we're going to start off by creating our project. File, New Project, and we're going to go into the Web selection and select ASP.NET Web Application. We're going to put this in our training folder, and we're going to call this Dependency Injection. We're going to click OK. Now here we're going to change authentication because we don't need that. We can just focus on our training instead of how to use authentication. We're going to check the Web API box so we can have a default Web API controller. And then we're also going to add some unit tests. That'll add a unit test project for us. And we're going to click OK. While that's running, the reason why it takes so long to create new projects now is that it's using NuGet to add the references. So if we see below, it's adding jQuery and things like that down here. And if we take a look in our packages config, we can see the various packages that are installed. And this is in the test project, and here it is in the web project. So the web project has much more by the way of dependencies and references from NuGet. So let's take a little look around, and we're going to look in our controllers folder. We have a home controller. So with MVC, the default is index. So that is just like your URL/home, and it'll default to the index view. Now if you go our default URL/home/about, that will take us here, /home/contact, that'll take us to the contact. Our models is empty, and our views folder, there's one file that correlates to each one of these methods. So there's an index, there's an about, and there's a contact. The first thing I like to do when I create a solution is right-click on the solution and select Enable NuGet Package Restore. Back to the NuGet. What that does is that will check every time we build the application to make sure that we have all of our NuGet packages downloaded. If not, it'll go out to nuget.org and get it for us. And that keeps everything up to date. And as it does that, it adds these three files here, NuGet.exe, and a config, and the targets. So then when we perform a build, Control-Shift-B, it'll try to get a NuGet package, restoring NuGet packages. So that's what that's about. All right, in our next video, we're going to start with our service and update our controller and get into it.